Now in this session, we are going to discuss about the noise pollution rule 2000, that is noise pollution regulation and control rule 2000, so which covers under the environment management topic. Now for that purpose, in the previous session I have discussed about the noise, because before understanding what exactly the rules are included under this noise pollution rule, we must know what exactly the noise is and the different concepts related to that noise. Now let us discuss what exactly the contents in these presentations. So 8 rules are available in the noise pollution rule 2000. The first rule is short title and commencement. Second rule is definitions of different aspects and concepts. Third rule is ambient air quality standards in respect of noise for different areas and zones. Fourth rule is responsibility as to enforcement of noise pollution control measures. Fifth rule is restrictions on the use of loudspeakers, public address systems. Sixth rule is consequences of any violation in silence zone areas. Seventh rule is complaints to be made to the authority. And eighth rule is power to prohibit, etc. continuance of music, sound or noise, etc. So all these things are included under these 8 rules, and there is a one schedule which is focusing on the different areas or the zones of the noise level. This is the noise pollution regulation and control rule 2000. Rules to regulate and control noise producing and generating sources with objectives of maintaining the ambient air quality standards in respect of noise. So here ambient air quality standards is a national standard. It is also known as NAAQ, that is National Ambient Air Quality Standards. So to control the noise as per this NAQ standard, we have some rules and regulation, and that is under the noise pollution rule 2000. Whereas the increasing ambient noise levels in public places from various sources, inter alia, industrial activity, construction activity, firecrackers, sound producing instruments, generator sets, loudspeakers, public address systems, music systems, vehicular horns, and other mechanical devices have deleterious effects on the human health and the psychological well-being of the people. It is considered necessary to regulate and control this noise producing and generating sources with the objective of maintaining the ambient air quality standards in respect of noise. So there are various sources which can generate a noise. We have already discussed what exactly the noise is. If the sound is not comfortable, then it is called as noise. So these are the different sources like construction activity, firecrackers, sound processing instrument, generators, operations, loudspeakers, PS systems, etc. So all these sources should be in a control position to avoid the adverse effect of the noise on the people. So to maintain the national ambient air quality standards, we should follow these rules. So what is rule 1? Rule 1 indicates the short title and commencement. That is under rule 1, there is a sub rule. So this is 1 of 1. These rules may be called the noise pollution regulation and control rule 2000. And sub rule 2 says they shall come into force on the date of their publication in the official gazette. So this is the rule 1. It is clearly simply mentioning that what exactly the rule's name is and where from it is applicable. Then under rule 2, different definitions are there, like act. So act means the Environment Protection Act 1986 now. So for this noise pollution rule, when act wording is there, so that act is not a general act, it is a EPA, that is Environment Protection Act. Because this noise pollution rule 2000 covered under this EPA. That is why the meaning of act is Environment Protection Act for this rule. Then area or zone means all areas which fall in either of the 4 categories given in the schedule annexed to these rules. So there are 4 areas or zones defined under the schedule, and that areas or zones means the particular category of that area and some restrictions of the decibels. Say for example, silence zone is a different area, industrial zone is different area, commercial zone is different area, and likewise. So there are 4 zones and there are limitations of decibels limit, that is maximum permissible limits of the noise in the daytime and in the night time. Then third definition is authority. So authority means and includes any authority or official authorized by the central government, or as the case may be, the state government, in accordance with the laws in force, and includes a district magistrate, police commissioner, or any other officers not below the rank of deputy superintendent of police designated for the maintenance of the ambient air quality standards in respect of the noise under any law for the time being in force. And that is why the traffic police, that may be a civil police, and some doctors are involved under this noise measurement. So there are different designations like district magistrate, police commissioners are also involved under this authority for the noise pollution rule 2000. So in case if some citizens or some people are complaining about the noise in the nearby area, then the police must have that noise meter, and that police must measure the noise generating in that area, and if it is more than the maximum permissible limit, then they can accept that complaint, and they can take the action against the public which is going to generate this noise more than the maximum permissible limits. So noise level shall not exceed the ambient air quality standards in respect of noise, that is under the rule 3, that is ambient air quality standards in respect of noise for different areas and zones. So authority shall be responsible for enforcement of noise pollution control measures. So we have discussed about what exactly the authority is. So authority may be district magistrate, that may be a police commissioner, that may be some state government or central government authority. Then loudspeaker public address system, that is PA system, shall not be used except permission obtained by the authority, and shall not be used at night except in closed premises. So there are some guidelines under this noise pollution rule. After 10 p.m. you are not going to allow to create some sound or noise more than the maximum permissible limits. If you want to use the PA systems or the loudspeaker for a particular or the social use, then you have to take the permission from this authority. Say for example, if you are living in the city or taluka place, then that local authority is the main authority where you can get the permission. If the case is valid, then and then only this permission is going to grant. Then the different definitions like court, so that is under rule 2. So court means a governmental body consisting of one or more judges who sit to adjudicate disputes and administer justice, and includes any court of law presided over by a judge or judges or magistrate, and acting as a tribunal in civil, taxation and criminal cases. So this is the definition under the rule 2, that is court. Now the next definition is educational institutions. So educational institution means a school, seminary, then colleges, universities, professional academies, training institutes or other educational establishment, not necessarily in chartered institutions, and includes not only buildings but also all ground necessary for the accomplishment of the full scope of educational instructions, including those things essential to mental, moral and physical developments. So generally all the schools and colleges are nothing but the educational institutions. Then under the hospitals, that is under rule 2, under the definitions part, hospitals means an institution for the reception and care of sick, wounded, infirm or aged persons, and includes government or private hospitals nursing homes and clinics. So whatever the clinics, hospitals are available in your city that are included as a hospital for this area. Then person shall include company or association or a body of individuals, whether incorporated or not. Then state government in relation to a union territory means the administrator they are appointed under the article 239 of these institutions. So by mistake here it is a copy paste mistake, that is rule 3. It is actually a rule 2. So all these definitions are covered under this rule 2. Then the next definition is public place, means any place to which the public have access, whether as of right or not, and includes auditorium, hotels, public waiting rooms, convention centers, public offices, shopping malls, cinema halls, educational institutions, libraries, open grounds, and like which are visited by a general public. So all the public places we are knowing. So it is clearly defined in the rule number 2. Then night time and daytime, that are the two concepts here under this noise pollution rule. So night time means the period between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So from the 10 at the night up to the morning up to 6, so that is the night time, and from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. that is a daytime, right? So this is the third rule which is focusing on the ambient air quality standards in respect of noise. For different areas or zones, the state government should take measures for the abatement of noise, including noise emanating from vehicular movements, blowing of horns, bursting of sound emitting firecrackers, use of loudspeakers or public address systems, and sound producing instruments, and ensure that the existing noise levels do not exceed the ambient air quality standards. So rule number 3 focusing on the controlling or maintaining the maximum permissible limit which is given by the ambient air quality standards. So that is why they have mentioned the different areas or the zones under this rule number 3. So the schedule is prepared and the schedule is referred to this rule number 3. Then an area comprising not less than 100 meters around hospitals, educational institutes and ports may be declared as silence area or zones for the purpose of these rules. So these educational institutes like schools and colleges, some ports area and some hospitals are nothing but the silence zone or silence area. So that in that area or within the 100 meters there should not be any sound or horn is allowed. So this is the schedule. Normally the schedule is at the end of the each and every rule, but I have intentionally included this schedule in between because this is the reference of rule number 3, right? So this is the ambient air quality standard in respect of noise. Rule number 3 is the reference, and there are 4 areas or the zones decided by this act or rule. So A, B, C, D. So A area is nothing but the industrial area, B is the commercial area, C is the residential area, and D is the silent zone area. So in the industrial area, the limits for the noise is 75 decibels at A weighing scale in the day cycle. So this is the maximum permissible limit in the day, that is from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. maximum 75 decibels are allowed in the industrial area. In the night, only 70 decibels is the maximum permissible limit in the industrial area. That is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. In the similar way, for the commercial area, 65 decibels is the maximum limit for the day cycle and 55 decibels is the maximum limit for the night cycle. In the similar way, for the residential area, 55 decibels in the day area and 45 decibels in the night cycle. In the silence zone, 50 decibels for the day cycle and 40 decibels in the night cycle. So these are the limitations clearly mentioned under this schedule with reference to the rule number 3. These are the 4 areas or the zones categorized by the noise pollution rule. Now, rule number 4, focusing on the responsibility enforcement of the noise pollution control measures. The noise level in any area shall not exceed the ambient air quality standard in respect of noise as specified in the schedule. The authority shall be responsible for the enforcement of noise pollution control measure. So we have discussed what are the different areas, what are the different maximum permissible limits for that area in the day as well as in the night cycle. So how to control these noise level as per as this schedule is mentioned. So this is the responsibilities of the different authority. We have already mentioned what exactly the authority is. So authority may be district magistrate, that may be a police commissioner, that may be a state government or central government persons. So these authorities are the responsible to control this noise pollution. The respective state pollution control board or pollution control committees in consultation with the central pollution control board shall collect, compile and publish technical and statistical data relating to noise pollution and measures devised for its effective prevention and control and abatement. If you go to the CPCB or MPCB or any SPCB, that is Central Pollution Control Board or State Pollution Control Board site, for Maharashtra, it is MPCB, that is Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. If you refer the website of the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board, then you can find the different statistical data, different tabular or graphical data as far as this noise is concerned. Generally, the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board is going to measure the different noise levels, especially for the different festivals like Diwali, that may be a Navratri festival, that may be some other festival where there are chances of noise creation more than the maximum permissible limits. So that is why they have generally collecting the information, compiling that information and publishing these all data to the public so that each and every city, each and every state can compare for this noise pollution data. So it is the same task for the Central Pollution Control Board also. So you can refer this CPCB and MPCB sites for the details. Then there is a rule 5 which is focusing on the restrictions on the use of loudspeakers or the PA systems, that is public address systems. Now you know that before some years there are no restrictions on the loudspeakers as well as the PA systems. But after execution of this noise pollution rule, there are limitations. And what are that limitation? We will discuss. A loudspeaker or a PA system shall not be used except after obtaining written permission from the authority. So here it is a exceptional case. If you are having the permission from the authority for using this loudspeaker or PA systems, then you are authorized to use that. Otherwise, generally, it is not permitted. A loudspeaker or a public address system shall not be used at night between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So in the night cycle, these PA systems and loudspeakers are not allowed, except in closed premises. If the premises is closed and if that whatever the noise or sound is generated can be absorbed in that premises only, then you can use that. Just like theaters, some cinema halls or some malls, they are creating the noise more than the permissible limits in the night, but they are the closed premises, that is why they are accepted from this particular rule number 5. For communication, with an example, auditoria, conference rooms, community halls, banquet halls, etc. These are some of the examples where exceptions can be there. The state government may permit use of loudspeakers or PA systems during night hours between 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. midnight. So state government or some authority can give you a permission to use the loudspeaker and PA systems, but that is also a limited, that is from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. So now you can observe in the Navratri festival also 1 or 2 days are permitted by the state government authority or the district magistrate or the district collector or police commissioner up to 12 p.m. right? So there are also certain limitations. How many days you can permit these things, that is PA systems and loudspeaker, from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. on or during any cultural or religious festival occasion of a limited duration not exceeding 15 days. So in a year, in a calendar year, maximum days are 15, that is can be allowed by the state government or the different authorities. So maximum 15 days can be allowed in a calendar year, and that is for the reason of cultural or religious festive occasion, and that is why in the Navratris 1 or 2 days can be permitted by the police commissioner for creating the noise from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. midnight. Then sub rule 4 of rule number 5 says that the noise level at the boundary of the public place where loudspeaker or public address systems or any other noise source is being used shall not exceed 10 decibels A above the ambient noise standards for the area of 75 decibels, whichever is lower. So if an industrial area is there, then whatever the maximum permissible limit is given for that industrial area in that particular time, that may be a daytime, that may be a night time. So you can use the loudspeaker or PA system up to a maximum limits of plus 10 dBA for maximum permissible limits. Say for example, if the 55 decibels is the maximum limits, then 55 plus 10 decibels, that is maximum permissible limits is 65 decibels A only. If it is a 75 decibels A with reference to that schedule, then we can't go for this 75 plus 10, because in this sub rule 4 of rule number 5 is clearly mentioned that whichever is lower, that should be followed. So 75 decibels is the maximum limits, so that we can go for this 75 decibels A limit. Then sub rule 5 of rule number 5 clearly mentioned that the peripheral noise level of a privately owned sound system or a sound producing instrument shall not at the boundary of the private place exceed by more than 5 decibels A the ambient noise standards specified for the area in which it is used. So when the peripheral noise level is more than the permissible limit, but again there is restrictions of plus 5 decibels only as far as the ambient air quality standards are concerned. So here in this case 10 decibels maximum or 75 decibels, whichever is lower, and for the peripheral noise level for the ambient air quality standards maximum plus 5 decibels A is the limitations. Now there is a addition of the rule, that is 5A, which is focusing on the restrictions on the use of horns, sound emitting constructions equipment, and bursting of firecrackers. So this is the addition of a rule in the amendment, that is 5A. No horn shall be used in the silent zones or during night time in the residential areas except during a public emergency. So here public emergency is an exceptional case, but otherwise in the silent zones or in the residential area during the time the horns of the vehicles are not allowed. Then sound emitting firecrackers shall not be burst in silent zones or during the night time, and that is why nowadays we can understand there is no permission of using the firecrackers after 10 p.m. Why this 10 p.m? Because in the noise pollution rule in the schedule clearly mentioned that the night cycle is 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. and that is why that 10 p.m. criteria is the reference of that particular schedule, and this is the sub rule of 2 of main 5A clearly mentioned there is no permission for using the firecrackers during the night time. So we have already discussed this night time, that is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sound emitting construction equipment shall not be used or operated during night time in residential areas and in silent zones. So nowadays we are also experiencing these things that construction activities are up to maximum 10 p.m. only. If there is a permission, if there is a special case, then and then only that authority can permit you for that particular construction activities. Otherwise, in general, this construction equipment shall not be used in the residential area during the night time. That is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And in the silent zones, no permission for the construction equipments. Then rule number 6, focusing on the consequences of any violation in silent zones or area. So if the violation is there with reference to this area, because in the schedule the areas or the zones are clearly mentioned, that may be a industrial area, that may be a commercial area, that may be a residential area, or that may be a silent zone area. So the day and night cycles limitations are given, the rules are given under the 3 and 4, and if still there is a violation in the rule with reference to that maximum permissible limits, or during the night time cycles or in the silent zone, then there may be a strict actions. So whoever in any place covered under the silent zones commits any of the following offense, he shall be liable for penalty under the provision of the act. Whoever plays any music or uses any sound amplifiers, whoever beats a drum or tom-tom or blows a horn, either musical or pressure, or trumpet or beats or sounds any instruments, or whoever exhibits any mimetic, musical or other performance of a nature to attract crowds, whoever bursts sound emitting firecrackers, or whoever uses a loudspeaker or a public address systems. So all these things are banned during the night cycle and banned in the silent zones. So in the silent zones, all these activities are banned. If the activity is done by a person, then there may be an offense. Under the rule number 7, that is complaints to be made to the authority. A person may, if the noise level exceeds the ambient noise standards by 10 dBA or more given in the schedule, make a complaint to the authority. So if the permission is up to 65 decibels, and if you are going beyond 75 decibels, then you can complain about this noise level to the concerned authority. The authority shall act on the complaint and take action against the violator in accordance with the provisions of these rules and any other law in offense. So when the complaint is received by the authority, so the next step is that authority should measure the noise level, and if the noise level is beyond the maximum permissible limit plus 10 decibels, then there may be a strict action against the violator. So that may be a case, and this authority or the rights are given under this rule number 7. Then under the rule number 8, power to prohibit, etc., continuance of the music, sound or noise. So under that, sub rule 1 is there. If the authority is satisfied from the report of an officer in charge of a police station or other information received by him, including from the complainant, that it is necessary to do so in order to prevent annoyance, disturbance, discomfort or injury, or risk of annoyance, disturbance, discomfort or injury to the public or to any person who dwell or occupy a property on the vicinity, he may by a written order issue such direction as he may consider necessary to any person for preventing, prohibiting, controlling or regulating. So whether the complaint may be created by a person, that may be for the public, and that may be for the nearby area or in the vicinity of that area. So all these things can be acceptable under this rule number 8. Then the incidence or continuous in or upon any premises of any vocal or instrumental music, sound caused by playing, beating, clashing, blowing, or use of in any manner whatsoever of any instrument including loudspeaker, public address system, horn, construction equipment, appliances or apparatus or contrivance which is capable of producing or reproducing the sound. So all these things are should be in a controlled manner under this maximum permissible limit within the permissible limits which is shown under the schedule. Sound caused by bursting of sound emitting firecrackers or the carrying on in or upon any premises of any trade, avocation or operation or process resulting in or attended with the noise. So all these examples and the limitations are given under this rule number 8 where the power to prohibit is there. Then the authority empowered under sub rule 1 may either on its own motion or in application of any person agreed by an order made under the sub rule 1 either resign, modify or alter any such order provided that before any such application is disposed of the said authority shall afford the applicant and to the original complainant as the case may be an opportunity of the appearing before it either in a person or by a person representing him and showing cause against the order and shall if it rejects any such application either wholly or in a part record its reasons for such rejections. So whoever is the complainant and whoever is the violator, if complainant is going to uh, reject that application, if he want or she want to uh, disposed of the application, then he or she can do likewise directly. He may be there or some representative may be present against the violator and in the presence of this authority. So authorities have that power to reject this application or to delete that application or records. Thank you. So I think that you can understand there are mainly 8 rules under the noise pollution rule 2000 and one schedule is there. One schedule is very important as there are 4 areas or zones mentioned under that schedule with the maximum permissible limits in the day and night cycle. Thank you.